So what we're looking at now is we're going to be looking at the properties of logarithms. And we've talked about logarithms, but I want to give you a basic rundown of the three properties that you're going to be using when you use logarithms. And these are common logarithms. These are not natural logs. These are common logs. So what we're going to look at first is we're going to look at the power rule. In the power rule, remember, anytime you see the word power, has to do with an exponent. So basically what the power rule says is that you have log base with a certain base of x to any power. If that power is applied to the entire argument, that power can be moved in front and become a coefficient. So now we have n times log base b of x, and we've taken the exponent and moved it in front. So let's look at a simple example here. Expand log base 2 of 49 cubed. Well, what we're going to do is I'm going to take this exponent right here. Let me get a different color so you can see it. I'm going to take this exponent and I'm going to move it in front, just like the rule says. So now it becomes a coefficient, and I have 3 times log base 2 of 49. And that's how I expand it out. So that's the first example. But we do have some other examples that aren't quite so nice and neat. So let's look at a second one. We're going to expand again, okay? But let's look at an example where I have something like log base 5 of x, y cubed, okay? This does tend to confuse some people because they see the x and the y together and they wonder, what am I supposed to do with that? Well, again, the rule states as long as the exponent is tied to the entire thing, which it is here, we can move the exponent in front. So I am going to take this and I'm going to move my exponent in front. I'm going to take that 3, I'm going to move it in front, and this becomes 3 times log base 5 of x times y. And that's your answer. Now, where some people really have a hard time is I'm going to give you an example where we cannot use the power rule. So let's say, for example, I have log base 5, we'll just choose 5 again, of x squared y cubed. And I want to expand this. Well, I can expand it, but I can't use the power rule as it is right now. And the reason is the 2 and the 3 are not attached to the entire argument. See here where we have x, the entire thing, xy is to the third power. Here we've got 2 different exponents. You have to have a unified exponent with the entire argument, the entire value here, in order to move it in front. So we can't do anything with this yet. But keep that in mind. We're going to come back to